Okay, so this is a quick demonstration of the sound coming out of the Rode Wireless Pro mic system. Wait for the camera to focus again on me. As you see here, I'm just using it clipped onto my sweatshirt string. I'm not using the included clip-on lav mics, just to sort of demonstrate how great this is. This has, I mean, in my opinion, this has no right to sound as good as it does right now. The fact that you can just sort of, run and gun, clip this onto somebody and start going is amazing. In the past, I've been working in freelance video for decades now. And, if you've been in the industry as long as I have, you've definitely used one of these, the Sennheiser wireless body packs. It's an industry standard. You fish the wire for a lav up to, someone's shirt lapel or whatever, suit jacket if available, and then have them hide the body pack. This is just like, ta-da, right? It does come with a lav. You can, this is kind of big, I'll be honest. If you wanted to have a more clean look where the mic is hidden, you can still do that. It does come with 2 mics in an accessory kit. But I love the fact that you don't need them because there's a built-in mic on the transmitter. Like, that's awesome. And I've been a fan of Rode for a while. I've got their NTG mic. I've got their Rode Video Mic Pro. I really do like their equipment. But this is my first time getting to try their wireless setup. I've seen a lot of love for the Rode Wireless Go when it first came out, and I thought, that looks cool. I really want to try that. This is their Pro system. See, it's got the Pro in the name. And what that means, I'm not sure exactly what the differences are between them because I haven't actually used the Wireless Go. I can only tell you what I love about this one. And I'm actually, in order to do that, I'm going to disconnect it for a second. I'm going to pull this mic down and switch over to it. Okay. All right. I just turned off the Rode on the mixer because I want to disconnect it and show you some things here. First of all, on the receiver, you see how tiny this thing is? It looks just like the transmitter. They're pretty similar, except that the receiver has a nice display that will show you. Sorry, once it focuses, it's not focusing. My camera's being stubborn. Sorry. All right, yeah. So you see, it's showing you that only one of the mics is connected right now. When I was setting this up before, I had them both out. That's why it's number 2 and not number 1. But you can have both transmitters. It comes with 2 connected to one receiver, and the receiver can be set to have pretty much any configuration that you can think of. Let's say, normally when I'm recording 2 interviewers, I want to have one on the left, one on the right, so that I can isolate them in post and mix as needed. But let's say you're doing a live stream and you want both mics to be on both channels all the time. Well, no problem. You can set this to dual mono. If you want to set to be line level out versus mic level out versus camera level out, which apparently is also a thing, it lets you set all of that on the receiver. And not only that, but the receiver also has a USB-C out with different cables to plug into a phone or a tablet or something like that. So if you're not using a traditional camera, let's say you're doing some kind of live stream, you can use these mics with your connected device, with your phone or tablet or whatever. That's incredibly powerful. The other thing that I really like about it, and this is actually a pro and a con, depending on your perspective, is that, it comes in this cool case, but the, let me put them in. The case also is the charger. So you see, these sort of work like let's make sure I put them in the right place. This is, because they only fit in. The receivers are a slightly different size than the transmitter, so you'll make sure you put them in the right one. There. Now they're all in the case, and they're all, see, it's got, a little charging icon there. And the case, it's sort of like AirPods. You've got the case has a charging port on the case, and you don't have to come around, like, you don't have to bring dozens of AA batteries to your job to, feed these kinds of things anymore. You can just charge it up before the job, and you're good for hours and hours of footage. I haven't actually tried to see how long they'll last, but I did use them for 3 gigs back to back, so it's probably a total of maybe 7-ish hours of use, and they didn't die. And I charged them after that, so I don't know how long they can actually go, but that's pretty awesome. On the flip side, though, one of the nice things that pros will tell you, if you've worked in a professional field, that it is always good to have real batteries as an option in case you're out in the field, you don't have a place to charge, you don't have time for downtime. You can just throw in fresh batteries and keep going. And that's something you can't really do with this. But the way I see it is you do have 2 transmitters. You can switch between them. You put the other one on charge if you need to. I don't really know what I would do if the receiver died during a job, but it hasn't happened. So I guess that's kind of a pro and a con. For me, it's a pro because I don't think I'm ever going to run out the batteries on a job. And it's great to not have to go carrying around dozens of AA batteries and making sure I always have more before a gig. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Rode Wireless Pro, if you haven't tried them out yet, give it a shot. They're pretty awesome.
This is my review for the Rode Wireless Pro microphone that I got from Amazon here in Canada. And I'm using right at the moment the microphone that's on my camera to record this, so you'll be able to hear the difference in sound as soon as I switch over. What you get comes in these 2 nice neat little cases here. And the first one here with the little button on the back that you can turn on so that you get the green light that says it's working, has inside the transmitter and 2 microphones. And they're clip-ons. Now here we go. The microphones have a space on them at the top to put a dead cat if you're out in windier conditions. They show you that they're on by doing this. Okay, and that they're going to be recording as you go to put them on. They will also record to themselves so that you don't lose any of the audio for anything that you're recording. And the transmitter bit is this one right here, and it shows you the levels of sound. You can see it moving up and down. And it's not recording yet because I haven't got it hooked up to my camera, but what I do is I'll take this transmitter just to make it so that I can see what's going on, and I hook it onto the strap of my camera so that I can read it. Okay, so that's how that part works. And then in the other kit comes accessories like mad, which I love. This is the power cable to power up everything the first time that you get it. And then you get other cables, including the microphone cable, which I'll use to go from the camera over, and other power cables to go different ways depending on what kind of a hookup you need. This is an A to C, the other one's an A to A. You get magnets, 2 of these, and 2 metal hooks that you put on the back here, so that if you don't want to hook this onto a piece of clothing, you can put the magnet up behind it and just let it sit against you, and that way it'll hold the magnet on just fine. And then underneath here there are cases. There's 2 lav mics, windscreens, I'm sorry, I'm not showing this very well. Screens. Big dead cats. Let me put some of that. Big dead cat. And little dead cat for the laughs. So all in all, not a bad kit. Okay, so now I've switched over and I'm using the Rode mic. You can see it here. Okay, and you can see that it's on and everything's going on. I can see on the adapter that I can see where my voice is going, the range that my voice is going in, and how well it's working out. one of the things that I really like about these is that it was just plug and play. It was easy to use, simple. You just put in the connecting cord and turn it on, and it went, and it works on this camera, which is a Canon. It works on my Panasonic video recorder. It works on my laptop, and it works on, I have a tiny GoPro like camera, and it works on that one as well. So it was really easy to use, which is good for me. It's also, they come with instructions on what to do, and you can find them online as well. Just basics on how to hook it up, and it was on the box and things like that. And it was easy for somebody with disabled hands to be able to put together as well. Like, on small things, which I don't know if you can see that hole in there. There we go, maybe. Okay, but that's small for me to try and maneuver, and it does really well. One of the things I'm most pleased with, though, is this sound, because as somebody who is working to get a YouTube channel up and running, sound is a very big part of that, and I'm really happy with these. They were worth every bit of the investment that was put into them. So, yeah, I think they're 100% a great buy. Thanks.
This is a short review of the Rode Wireless Go 3, especially compared to the original Rode Wireless Go 2, which I've used for a number of years. Looking at this, the form factor is very similar. I do like the front design is a little bit cleaner with just the Rode logo. They've added here on the top a button now where you can enable or disable recording. You'll see the LED change, and we have a locking 3.5 millimeter now, as opposed to just the 3.5 millimeter input jack. I will mention I've used my Rode lavalier Go's with this, have not had an issue. So if you have microphones that are not locking 3.5, they will still work with the Rode Wireless Go 3 system as well. So that's a nice to have. You can see we still have the power button here on the bottom, and the clip design is very similar, near identical. I will say that it still works. One of the things I loved about the Wireless Go 2 is I could go ahead and slide it very snugly into my Rode Video Mic NTG and go ahead and plug the wire in and use this remotely on a pole or tripod somewhere else. So you can see this is very snug when it slides in, but it does fit into that bracket. Maybe slightly more snug than the Rode Wireless Go 2, but I've used the Rode Wireless Go 2 a lot more, so it may just be worn in. With that, a few other features of the Rode Wireless Go 3 that are interesting. We have this additional LED on the bottom here that lets you know when the system is on. However, if I click the bottom here, it will mute transmitter 1. Unfortunately, this stays green. It doesn't flash, it doesn't turn red, it doesn't do anything to let me know that it's not actually, recording on the receiver. I think that's a bit of a miss, but hopefully Rode will rectify that in a future update. What you can do, similar to the Rode Wireless Go 2, is once you're in the software, you can lock it. So, which I've done on this transmitter 2 here, even though I'm clicking this button, it's not muting because I've locked it. So this button doesn't do anything. You can also lock it so recording is locked from on. So even if you try to disable recording, it will stay on. Another way you can enable or disable recording, which is nice. I do not have recording locked on transmitter 1 here, but on the receiver, if I go ahead and click this button, you can see it'll turn recording on. It will toggle recording from the button on the top of the receiver. This is a nice feature. I'll go ahead and click this button and it'll turn recording off. I'll go ahead and click it again and go ahead and click it again and it will return recording on. This one, despite clicking any buttons on the receiver, remains locked because I've locked it from the software. So we can toggle through here. It would be nice if when I toggle through each individual recorder, if I toggle to recorder 1, if I hit this button, if it would turn off recording, but it will not. I can toggle to transmitter 1 and change from auto to dynamic, or hold this and manually set the gain level to whatever I would like, which is nice, but it would be even nicer if I could toggle on and off recording. A nice update from Rode here on the Wireless Go 3 over the Wireless Go 2. A lot of the same form factor, a little cleaner design. The 32-bit float recording can record in either 48 or 44.1 kilohertz. You can adjust that to whatever you like in the settings. And this does have low cut filters of either 75 or 100, which is a nice added feature. Maybe cut out a little extra wind noise. Pretty pleased with this update. Hopefully Rode makes a couple of these other tweaks in a future software release.
Alright, here's a test recording with the Rode Wireless Go 3. It's not too windy out right now. But it's right here with its wind cover on. And it should be sounding okay. Here's the fish pond. Looks like it's frozen quite a bit. This little air pocket over there. I'm not sure how much it picks up of ambient sound too much. I have it set to auto gain right now, and it's just plugged into the Pixel 8 Pro. I did a few other tests indoors and everything seemed fine, so hopefully this all sounds fine too. This microphone, it's clipped onto my coat right now, so it's like angled and kind of pretty close to my mouth. These transmitters are pretty big compared to other ones. If you're looking around, it seems like a lot of manufacturers, Hollyland and Godox and other smaller brands, they tried to really shrink the transmitters so that they have a less obvious profile. But this one, you can plug in an external lavalier, so that's fine. It'll sound just fine like that. Battery life is great. I have other Rode microphones, and the battery life is what they say they are, so that's great. Alright, and then this is the Godox Cube S, and how much better or worse does the Rode Wireless Go 3 sound compared to a wireless microphone that is 3 times less the price? Does the Rode Wireless Go sound 3 times better? I would say that the build quality and the battery reliability is very high on the Rode, but this is a super portable, comes with lots of accessories kind of option with the Godox. Like the case holds everything, but with the Rode you have to buy the case separately. So if you wanted the wireless charging case, you're almost paying $400 total for your setup. So that's 4 times as much as the Godox. So I'll switch back to the Rode, and you can see if the Rode is really amazing or not. Alright, here I switched back to the Rode Wireless Go 3. I just had the Godox Cube, and should sound maybe better. It'll be up to you if you like the sounds better. Like I said before, since it's on a coat right now, compared to if you had it just clipped onto a shirt or something, or a jacket, it will have a bit more of a proximity effect in sound. maybe a bit deeper or something. But anyway, this was a test. I went over a bit of a distance test. I went over some of the stuff you can do to it. Has 32-bit internal recording, so that can help with post-processing your audio and editing and stuff. So yep, it's about, I don't know, 20 degrees out, so I'm going inside now.
Microphones can record up to 40 hours of audio. If you take a look at the indicators there, there's the pairing indicator there, as well as the record indicator. So it can record each of these 40 hours of audio per device. Beyond that, on the receiver, the power button is up top. At the bottom here, you can see that the receiver is already powered on. There's the menu button and selector buttons at the bottom. You can scroll through the menu using these two buttons. You can also activate recording from the receiver as well. There's a USB-C charging port on the side, and then a 3.5 millimeter audio output line outputs from the receiver as well. So I think since the receiver is already powered up, I think we'll power up both of the microphone, the transmitter units here by pressing and holding at the bottom. We see the blue lights, which indicate that they're already connected to the receiver there. I've got an extra USB-C cable connected to my phone that I'm recording to now, so I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and connect it, and we'll briefly lose audio from the microphone I'm currently using, and hopefully it'll switch over to the two that I'm holding in my hand. So okay, so hopefully you can hear the audio from both of the microphones. I'm going to pick up the transmitter just to see what the audio looks like. So the audio looks fairly even on both of the microphones. It may be just a little bit of difference there between them, but good audio for both of these. As you can tell, the audio is pretty clear. This new system, Gen 3, uses 32-bit float recording there. So I think that's the first time that Rode has used 32-bit on a recording or microphone system this size. And of course, it sounds great. Pristine audio is available here. And I really love this system. I love all of the settings that you can change. You can customize it to your taste or exactly for whatever it is that you want to do in terms of recording. And so I really love that about Rode. They've gone over the top in my opinion. And of course, this compact wireless microphone system is available on Amazon. Thanks for watching.
Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. I bought the one microphone Rode. As you can see, here is the microphone. It's built very high quality, range is acceptable, quality is very nice. And here what we have, this is one microphone. The other one is this one, quality is pretty good. And here the charging part. This is the main device. As you can see how the sensitivity of the voice when I'm just talking, as you can see, these are working. And yeah, the battery show here and the other stuff. I didn't open the completely because I will give as a gift to my friends, but yes, it is. And this is what we have here, and also has a 2 magnet part. These are very strong magnet part for attaching, and there's a USB-C. Good point is USB-C charging, and this part is very how can I say, very nice. I just want to turn it off, and okay, it's turned it off and put here for charging. Again, this device turn off and put it here for again charging, and the same for this one. Put it turn off and put it charging. Quality is very nice, definitely it's worse. You can have close it, and here you have a USB-C charging with the plug-in. These are the cover of the microphone, and this is you can attach with this stuff, and it's a box. And here's USB-C charger, and it's a light USB. They did pretty very well job. I love it. Yes, these are what I have. I will upload or share my experience after the working with my friends to record some video, but totally quality in the first test, it's very nice and record very nice. Thank you for watching. Bye.
We're taking a look at a new microphone from Rode. It's the Wireless Go 3. Comes with 2 transmitters and a receiver, some wind muffs, a carry bag, and a charging rail. Has internal 32-bit float recording, and I think it sounds really nice. Yeah. So definitely a premium wireless audio setup. So what do you think?
Así suena el Rode Wireless Pro. Y sí, este video lo grabé con él. Desde que abres la caja se siente todo muy bien presentado. Vienen 2 micrófonos y el receptor, todo súper compacto. Después, en la otra cajita están los accesorios, los cables, adaptadores y los imanes para sujetarlos. Me gusta que todo viene protegido de su propio empaque, lo que lo hace muy útil si necesitas transportarlo. Los micrófonos se sienten firmes y con un buen acabado. Y esto es todo lo que trae. Literalmente no necesitas nada más.